Hello, my small wonders. Are you ready for a story? I'm Tracy and I've got an interesting book for you today. This one is called How the Whale Got His Throat by Miles Kelly, illustrated by Claudia Ranucci. Shall we begin? How the Whale Got His Throat. Ooh, look at the size of that whale. Once upon a time, there was a whale, and he ate fish. He ate the starfish, and the garfish, and the crab, and the dab, and the plaice, and the dace, and the really truly twirly whirly eel. He ate all the fish he could find in all the sea. What a greedy whale! One day the whale said,
"I'm hungry."
There was now only one small fish left in all the sea, and he said,
"Noble and generous whale, have you ever tasted man?"
"No."
said the whale.
"What is it like?"
"Nice,"
said the fish.
"nice but nubbly."
Splash!
"Then fetch me some,"
boomed the whale.
"One at a time is enough,"
said the clever fish, and he told the whale where he could find a man. So the whale swam and swam as fast as he could swim. At last, in the middle of the sea, he came to a raft. On the raft was a solitary shipwrecked sailor, trailing his toes in the water. He wore blue trousers held up with braces, and he carried a knife. And they were the only things he had left in the world. Do you see the whale? He's very close to the man. The whale opened his mouth, back and back and back, till it nearly touched his tail. And he swallowed the sailor in his blue trousers and braces, and his raft, and his knife.
Gump.
He swallowed them all down into his warm, dark, inside cupboards. Then he smacked his lips and turned round 3 times on his tail. Oh dear, poor sailor! But as soon as the sailor found himself inside the whale's warm, dark, inside cupboards, he thumped, and he bumped, and he stumped, and he jumped, and he hit, and he bit, and he banged, and he clanged, and he prowled, and he howled, and he hopped, and he dropped, and he danced hornpipes where he shouldn't. This man has a lot of energy, doesn't he? The whale felt most unhappy indeed. So he said to the clever little fish,
"This man is very nubbly, and he is making me hiccup. What should I do? Hiccup."
"Tell him to come out,"
said the fish. So the whale called down his own throat to the sailor.
"Come out and behave yourself. I've got hiccups."
"No," said the sailor. "Take me home and I'll think about it." And he began to dance more than ever. What a clever sailor! He's trying to get the whale to take him home. "You had better take him home," said the clever little fish. So the whale swam and swam and swam with both flippers and his tail, as hard as he could with his hiccups. Hiccup! But while the whale was swimming, the sailor took his knife and cut up his raft to make a little square grating, all running criss-cross. He tied it firm with his braces, and he wedged that grating good and tight into the whale's throat, and there it stuck. What do you think he's doing that for? At last the whale saw the shore, and he rushed halfway up the beach and opened his mouth wide and wide and wide, and said,
"We're at your stop. Time to go."
The sailor stepped out on the beach and went home, where he married and lived happily ever after. But before he went, he waved goodbye to the whale and sang,
"By means of a grating, I've stopped your rating."
I wonder what he meant by that. The clever little fish went and hid himself in the mud just under the door of the equator. Shh! He was afraid that the whale might be angry with him. Why do you think that? That's right, because the man went away and the whale lost his meal. And the whale didn't find him, not until he got out of his temper. And then they were good friends again. From that day on, the grating in the whale's throat, which he could not cough up nor swallow down, stopped him eating anything except very, very small fish. So that grating was stuck in his throat, wasn't it? The starfish and the garfish and the crab and the dab and all the others were most relieved. I bet they were. He couldn't fit them in his throat, could he? Not with that grating stuck in there. And that is the reason why whales today never eat sailors, or little boys or girls. That's true, isn't it? They're so large, but so friendly. That was an interesting story, wasn't it? That just goes to show you that sometimes appearances can be deceiving. That means we might look at someone and think we know exactly what type of person they are. We could be completely wrong about the person. But don't forget, my small wonders, that it's never too late for someone to change, if they want to change. Just like how the whale changed. Try to treat everyone just as you would want them to treat you. And I'll see you for our next story, my small wonders. Bye-bye.